Hi guys, it's Neo here and welcome back to part 2 of making public events heroic. If you've not watched the first part of this video, I'll link it in the description so you can have a look there first. And this video will be about the remaining 4 public events that we haven't covered yet. So, let's get to it. So here we go, the first public event will be the Taken Blight. So when this public event is triggered, a big black orb will spawn in the centre of the field, and it'll have multiple small balls that are attached to it that will float around inside it. What you want to do to make this event heroic is to do enough damage to the main central orb. To do this, if you shoot it normally, it'll be completely immune. So what you want to do is step inside these black smaller rings, and you'll be given a buff called Blight Receding. Now the Blight Receding buff only lasts for about 3 seconds, so during that time it'll be the only time you'll get to damage the central orb. When you've done enough damage, the orb will disintegrate and it will spawn a giant Taken, in which you can then get you and your teammates to take it out. So the giant Taken in this video did not take us long at all because we absolutely stormed it. I was just using my hunter on this one. You can use pretty much any hero that you want, but I find that the arc staff seems to be best for taking out bosses because you can stun lock them. So as you can tell, that event did not take long at all. So once you've finished the event, you can then go to where the big boss was, your treasure chest will spawn, and the spoils are yours.
Taken champion defeated. Go on, congratulate us.
I'm reading signs of hive ritual activity, Guardian. Up for it? You've handled this before.
And here we are on our second event. So this event is a unique one. It's only found on Titan. This one's called the Witch's Ritual, and it will require a little bit of skill to do. So to turn this event heroic, what you're going to have to do is, where the green rings are on the ground, is stand on them and then shoot at the crystals at the top of the gate. So as you can see, I'm just randomly shooting the gate, so this part is what you don't want to be doing. What you want to do is look for those little light blue sort of glass looking pods. Shoot them, it will say that it's immune, but it will be still doing damage to the pods. You'll shatter the glass, and then the enemy will spawn out of the gate. So again, this one did not take us that long to do. I was just basically messing about because we'd already done enough damage to the last thing, so I was just shooting randomly. When the boss does emerge from the portal, he will be able to turn invisible at some stages, and this was what makes it slightly more difficult. As you can see, there's also the little Taken things that explode, so do be careful with them because there's quite a few that come through the portal with the boss. Once you've beaten the boss, the spoils are usually located at the back of the room that you're in, opposite the portal.
Another demoralizing defeat for the Hive. I've lost count of your victories, but I know there will be many more. Again, you'd think they'd know better by now.
Look at those caches. They never learn.
Okay, so on to our third public event. So this one is going to be called the Weapons Exchange, and this one is easily found on Titan, as it's the only one of 2 events that are available, other than the Witch's Ritual, which we covered earlier. So in this event it's quite open, so you've got a bit of space to run around and run a gun. What you want to do is take out the captain first, so this will be the first task of the day. Once you've taken out the captain, the enemy will drop in a war machine stroke war ant. I don't even know what you call it, but you'll see it in a second. So there it is, it's just about to be dropped on us. It almost dropped on me and I almost died. So when it's dropped and it's got up from its big hefty legs, all you're going to have to do is fire it on its legs until it drops like so. When it drops, it releases its head for its weak point, but we're going to ignore that and grab the balls. That's what she said. So once you've grabbed the balls, take them to the sort of holes to place them in, and what you want to do is get all 3 orbs and place them in the corresponding holes. Once you've placed all the orbs in the holes, that will turn the event heroic. So I've just skipped a bit of the video here just so that it speeds things up so you can see. I'm just placing the last orb in. This event is a little bit tricky as there's quite a lot of enemy fire, so if you're doing this solo it is quite hard. Once you've entered all the orbs, you're then free to use the scorch cannons, and a third ant machine will drop. I was just there baiting it with stuff, so with 2 ant machines or war machines or whatever the heck you call them, walkers, I have no idea, but it does make the battle a bit hectic, and then you have another few captains appear as well. Once you've blown up both of the war machines, you're then free to pick up all of the loot which is located sort of in the centre towards the front of the map.
Well done.
And that's that one done.
The fallen are feeding on that servitor.
That is very bad news.
And now our 4th and final public event for this video. So this one is called the Ether Resupply, and what will happen is a giant server bot will appear in the middle of the map, and it will spawn smaller server bots to protect it. So when you fight in this thing, it does have the ability to teleport you and your surrounding guardians into the air and to other places of the map. Sometimes you'll get put into what I like to call the bin, which is to the right of this. That is kind of like a bit of the map that goes in a drum. When you've done enough damage to it, it will spawn 3 smaller server bots, as we can see here. And what you're going to do is take all 3 of them out to create the heroic event. Now on this one, I was doing it pretty much on my own until a couple more guardians came in as I died, and they took out the remaining 2 servitors, which made this an heroic event. All you have to do then is just completely nail the main servitor. It does get a little bit more powerful, and it does have a little bit more defense, so that it does seem to take it a little bit longer to take it out. Once you've completed it, highly recommend not jumping straight away when you get teleported, because you will fall to your death. I've done many times, just not in this video. I learned from my mistakes. So once you've done enough damage to take it out, the spoils will be yours, and you can claim your 4th, or in this case the 8th, heroic public event. And that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching my videos. If you want to support my channel and help it grow, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And don't forget to drop a comment if you've got any feedback or any suggestions of what videos you want me to do next. And as always, we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.